our universe. Take it away, Dave.
Since humans started looking at the stars in our night sky, we have wondered, what's up there? Was it created by God for our evening's pleasure? Can we predict the future by how it is aligned? Is life elsewhere? Today, humans have spent billions of dollars to answer these questions. In 1984, SETI was launched. An array of 42 radio telescopes peering into our skies to see if extraterrestrial intelligence, which SETI stands for, is out there. But the project had two fundamental problems. The first being the vastness of space. Here with the arrow pointing at us, everything else is beyond. And an equation known as the inverse square law. As a radio signal is emitted, it decreases in energy by the square of its distance. So we can only look for intelligent life that is close to us. And I would say that while I believe we almost certainly exist among or have intelligent life out there, the vastness of space is certainly a problem. But the search goes on, and we now have the Hubble telescope. It was launched April 24th, 1990, and it's special because it allows us to see objects more clearly because it is above the clouds and out of our atmosphere. Hubble is used every day to look at weather on planets in our solar system or planets or extrasolar systems outside. But it has limitations. For one, it can see in only a small change of the infrared. It's mainly an ultraviolet imaging thing. So its clarity is not as specific, and it often takes colorization of the images in order to get a spectacular picture. But hold on to your seats. The James Webb Space Telescope was launched December 25th, 2021. And after a little more than 2 months in space, NASA can report that all is well. The Webb telescope is stationed about 1 million miles away from Earth, or 4 times the distance the moon is from our planet. To see, it sees in a wide range of infrared. It's about the size of a tennis court and has a main mirror of about 6.5 meters versus the Hubble's 2.5. This is the first image we got out of the Webb telescope. It's a focusing image of a star about 2,000 light years away. To compare this with the Hubble, you can clearly see the difference. The old, somewhat blurred, nothing specifically seen in the background, but as you look more closely, you can see galaxies colliding. The resolution is quite spectacular. I also mentioned earlier that the Hubble requires colorization. you can see the colorized image. It's been photoshopped on one side, and then the clarity of the Webb-based space telescope on the right. It's totally two different pictures. Now, one of the first projects that the Webb telescope will look at is a solar system called the TRAPPIST-1. It's about 40 light years away from us. It consists of 7 rocky Earth-sized planets in orbit around a cool red dwarf star. 3, you can kind of see those spots in the middle, are in what's known as the habitable zone. That means there could be water on those planets. With a Webb telescope, we can study the atmosphere composition in unprecedented details. As you peer through, you can look at the ingredients within that planet. Things such as, does it contain nitrogen, oxygen? What kind of atmosphere? And the other thing you may be able to visualize is extraterrestrial plant life. As the Galileo spacecraft was on its way to Jupiter, it pointed its instruments back to Earth, and we picked up distinct indications of the presence of plants. It detected the vegetation red edge, or VRE, and it's a biosignature. It's a mixture of red and infrared light that is reflected by plants. Webb will be able to measure this VRE of distant Earth-like planets in the habitable zones around its star. And if there is a planet covered in a jungle, for example, it could have a large VRE signal that should be easy to detect. Oops, sorry, went too soon. Spectroscopy used on the Webb imaging evaluates so many different things, but one thing it will evaluate is the presence of chlorofluorocarbons. Those are things manufactured in the atmosphere, and they come from refrigerants and cleaning materials, and are a significant indication of civilizations that live on said or such planets. But to date, we have no confirmation of life other than our own. We have speculation, but not confirmation. As the Cassini spacecraft passed by Saturn, NASA turned the craft back towards Earth to take a picture that inspired a statement by Carl Sagan, which I quote, "There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish this pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known." Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Dave. Please take a minute